A police officer was on patrol at night and saw two men fighting in the middle of the street. New to me, lol, at least a new one, nice. New as well. I look forward to come back in a few weeks to find out what N degrees it gets. I thought we were in our jokes, not our personal anecdotes. It's new but I'd quiet but I sense that the policeman is the girl's side guy. So the first guy was porking the cop's girlfriend and the cop didn't care? I don't get it. I mean I get the punchline but I'm confused. Creative but a bit long. The pizza is the origin of the phrase, cheese it, cop. Another wife doesn't appreciate dad joke incident. In a few years she'll look back and relish the moment. Sounds like a delightful evening. I imagine that her workload lightened when she walked away and left you holding the pickle jar to finish on your own. You juiced that for all it was worth. That's why they're called dad jokes and not mom jokes. My wife can have an acid tongue in these situations too. I tell her there's need to be sour about it. I can absolutely understand the mood your wife would have been in at that point. I'd still probably do the same thing dad joke in the moment. The only pickle jokes I know are deliberate. And you're still with her? That, my friend, was a good one. Cheer her up, say she looks great. Or any other condiment you can make. Something brain. Moments like this make me wanna puke. Oh, I commend you for using the best time and moment for that joke. I would have done exactly the same. Worth the punishment later. You silly dill. Apparently it's my fault we aren't allowed to do Christmas gift exchanges at work anymore. Is the goat fresh or for a friend? It's all fun and games until someone unwraps vibrating nipple clamps in front of the boss. Don't spell it out in the punchline. I would have ended it with something like surely you recognize the typo and know we meant Secret Santa, right? I thought I was in R&D work and was expecting a true story. Realized my error when I got to severed goat's head. I didn't read the name of the sub before reading this, and I was like, what? Raw What about vegans? Huh? What about them? You treat them like they're invisible when you give everyone else a whole goat's head. Cop pulls over two Bulgarians and says I'm looking for two child molesters. Why us? Why does this sub always fuck up the old S supposed to be two Catholic priests? What's your problem with Bulgarians exactly? Oh, a Bulgarian joke so nice to be what witty pun you guys came up with for our funnier with Catholic priests. The link was as stable as an Italian taxi driver stuck behind two old priests in a Skoda. Red Dwarf. Why use Bulgarians? Would have been much better with them being religious figures or something. Fast food is becoming so expensive that eating healthier has become the obvious solution. Not eating out is my solution. Ridiculous now, man. But the thing is, if you're out past 11 you're fucked. Got McDonald's last night, 2 small cheeseburgers, a smoothie and fries was $15 man. Shit was half that 5 years ago. I got a burrito, nothing else, at Dos Toros $18. I get so confused on this. Walmart sells big bags of frozen veggies for less than $10, rice for like 5 pounds is around that, and chicken quarters for about $6. That's over a week's worth of food. I get vegetables and veggie soup from a restaurant instead of fast food cause it's cheaper. I think cooking at home was always cheaper. But lately, fast food restaurants have been raising prices to the point where it's just not really worth it emo. How do you attract a pervert? NSFW. Here is to all the perverts who still clicked into the post even when knowing it was trap. Clinking glasses. Stay away from our welding. This is NSFW alright. Not suitable for wanking. Do better next time. Up. Make some wankables. Don't you dare yuck my yum. Minecraft YouTube. I thought it was just gonna be a dark joke. Crying face. Crying face. Crying face. Or just sponsor the Republican National Convention. Invite Chris Hansen to dinner and wait for him to bring it to the table. Hilarious. Glad I clicked despite the NSFW warning. Smiley face. Belladexiguun. Bollocks. Can you spot clickbait? Obviously not. I hate it when that happens. Only ugly people are perverts. It's okay if you are handsome. This isn't a joke. This the truth. I am a check-in and gate agent at a European airport with work experience from various airlines. Ask me away. Does it annoy you when passengers start lining up before their zone is called? Are there really no rules for check-in at an Italian airport? Strangest item ever removed from a carry-on or checked luggage in front of your eyes? Since there's limits on how many carry-on bags can fit, and they slow down loading, why don't airlines charge for carry-on and have checked bags free, instead of the other way around? What is the worst experience you've had? That you can legally talk about lol. Do you like country fried steak? If you can only work out for 15 minutes a day, and you can only do one exercise, what's your pick? Might as well go insane and do 15 minutes of burpees, swimming, crawling all the way. Rowing. Intervals on a rowing machine. Concept 2 preferably. One of the best all-around body workouts. It will be a tough choice between jogging my memory, jumping to conclusions or running my mouth. Thank you all for letting me know your 15 minutes fitness hack. I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to reply to everyone individually. Yet I'll upvote everyone. I learned a lot here. Some exercise threw me to search engine. Burpees. Fuck burpees. But they are cardio and upper body at the same time. Uphill sprints, pull-ups, kettlebells as exercise but also a strong need gain by walking everywhere. I have plenty of time, and I don't even do that. This post made me feel really bad about myself. I'm a suicide crisis line counselor. Ask me anything. What's the number one thing to avoid saying to someone that is having a crisis? And what is best thing one can do to someone in crisis? What's your motivation for you being in the role? In your experience, what is the best approach to keep someone calm during a suicide attempt? Also, thank you so much for what you do. How are you going? Have you had anyone take their life while on the phone with you? Have different departments depending on age or protocols for those who call who are underage? Do you have a specific event convo that sticks out to you, positive or otherwise? Thanks for supporting people at the end of their wits. My question would be, is this work a net positive or negative in terms of your emotional energy? How often do people call and just say thank you? Also, how do you deal with this? I had a dark time where thanking your job made me feel good enough to get through a day, but was still low. One weekend, a husband is in the bathroom shaving when the local kid Bubba he hired to mow his lawn, comes in to pee. You don't mow another man's lawn. I saw this story on the news but it had a much different ending. Heard this decades ago but the couple were Richard and Pat Nixon and the third party was Bubba Smith. I heard that with Richard Nixon, Pat Nixon, and Bubba Smith. Why did R. Nixon watch Deep Throat 3 times? He wanted to get it down pat. I heard the same one but it was the husband's friend at the bar. So a guy looks over to watch a little boy be Catholic. I'm sorry. This joke has been told before, and it's Prince Charles seeing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's wang in a toilet at a charity event. Diana asks if it is Kareem. Still, Jeopardy contestant James Holzhauer is the third highest earning American game show contestant ever at $3.52 million. Also holds the single game winnings record at $131,127. He's the first only player to win $100,000 in a single episode and he accomplished this feat 6 times. He also holds the record for harshest burn. Hey, Brad's score is still on there. He is great, and I love watching him play. I also liked how, in the GOAT tournament, Ken Jennings beat James using his own strategy. Jeopardy is a game largely devoid of personality, and James is a great one. He's a great player, but his snark and wit add an extra element. He also tries to portray himself as a villain but he does a ton of charity work and donations. Still, to this day, Jeopardy James is my favorite contestant of all time. Till about shit life syndrome, a term used by some doctors to describe the overlapping effects of poverty, neglect, mental health and abuse-induced disorders have on people and communities, and which doctors struggle to address in brief appointments or through pharmaceutical prescriptions. Yeah, this is just plain misery. It leads to depression, rage, crime, the proliferated cycle of abuse, physical and substance. We can work together to try and change it. We honestly can. Well, I went to the doctor. I said, I'm feeling kind of rough. Let me break it to you, son. Your shit's fucked up. I said, my shit's fucked up? Well, I don't see how. He said, the shit that used to work. It won't work now. Warren Zevon, my shit's fucked up. Till during World War II, Lyndon B. Johnson had his seat stolen by Lieutenant Colonel Francis R. Stevens on the Wabash Cannonball after returning from a bathroom break. The plane would be downed by the Japanese, killing everyone on board. The bomber Johnson was on, the Heckling Hare, also suffered a malfunction, as its electrical generator failed and caused the plane to lose power and plane had to return to base, but it was attacked by 8 Japanese fighter planes on the way. The plane was badly damaged, but it managed to evade the enemy fire and land safely and freaking lucky. At least 3 future presidents all nearly died during the war. Forrest Gump probably didn't get to meet LBJ because he had to pee. Coincidence or not? It's funny how sometimes history can be dramatically changed by one action being altered. Without LBJ, I'm not sure how much racial progress would have been made without LBJ at the helm. Till that people with blue eyes are more prone to alcoholism, but my dad has brown eyes. We also have improved night vision. No one knows what it's like. This is probably just incidental though. Seems accurate. Source has blue eyes drunk dragon. And here I am, Drunk with brown eyes. I think it has more to do with my parents' alcoholism and my lack of willpower, but I'll take this new excuse too. Aryan alcoholics. It's tough being this pretty. I also rapidly sneeze when sunlight hits my eyes at the right angle. Me and my brown eyes, against the odds. And their SOs are prone to have black eyes. I suspect that this is because white people are the vast majority of people with blue eyes, and a huge amount of non-whites, Muslims and Hindus for example, never drink in their lifetime. We also get flashbanged when it is snowy and sunny outside. It's the Viking ancestry. How prone are blue-eyed people to being stoners? Don't I know? Till that while working in the UK, Jim Henson's 1979 Lotus Eclat was stolen and used in a bank robbery. Police quickly apprehended the robbers because the car was painted a distinct shade of green to mimic Kermit the Frog, and had Kermit pupil stickers stuck to the headlights. Might as well use the Batmobile. It's almost like the car helped solve the crime for the cops. I'm sure one of the movies has had a car do this. Imagine showing up to your bank heist and the getaway car shows up and it's literally car Kermit. Wait, it was used to Kermit a bank robbery? Not the brightest criminals ever. Unfortunately, the car was damaged in the robbery. It had to be towed. It's not green. Veiled. Now I want to see a Guy Ritchie scene where 6 bank robbers argue in the back of the van after they realize they stole Jim Henson's Lotus. What are you sure your country is #1 in the world in, but don't have proof? Alcoholics per 100 people. Lakes. There's proof, I just don't need to see it to believe it. Kazakhstan is the best one country in the whole world's Borat. Other countries' artifacts. There's a joke that we'd be first in corruption, but we were paid off to drop to second place. Bosnia. Medical debt. Kitchen parties. At least for part of this, since folks are asking what this is, here is an old-fashioned example. Ecstasy export. Ireland is #1 in complaining about Ireland. Our Europe runs it close but no cigar. We lead the world in the friendly use of the word cunt. We are no one. Cunts. Fries, beer and chocolate. A quality cup of tea. What do fish smoke to get high? They should seek help, especially those puffer fish. Coral reefer. Reefers? They like to get baked. Out of a water bong. This made my day. Smiley face. Fishy puns are the best. Water pipes. Pack it in a fish bowl. Then they see rainbow trout. I'm so finished with this sub. I see this joke posted here at least once a week. Arowana. Dolphins actually use puffer fish to get high. Devil's kelp. Reef. Is that how they make smoked salmon? Flounder is smoking hot. Stupid. Sexy flounder. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food, I eat it. But how do you light it? Flight of the Conchords. What is the current thing that future generations will say? I can't believe they used to do that. This is wishful thinking, but post their entire fucking lives onto the internet. The way we treat cancer, hopefully file your own taxes. It's needlessly complicated. USA. Edit since this is getting some traction. 1. Many countries do this successfully. 2. Yes, this would be for most people. A small percent of the population would make adjustments. The IRS knows most of your itemized information anyway. 3. I have probably prepared over 1,000 1040s. Mostly rich people with complicated taxes. 4. Yes, you can file yours in 4 minutes. That doesn't mean everyone else can. Toilet paper. I can't wait for the 3 shells. What is the worst thing that a person can put on their bio on a dating app? When their answer for a prompt is "I'd just ask." Insulting the gender that they're trying to attract. A list of requirements. Anytime I saw "I am not into drama," that person usually had the most drama in their life. Text me on IG, complaints, etc. about their ex. Yeah, maybe they really sucked, or maybe you're the problem, but clearly you're still hanging on to them. When they're like, "Actually I'm 21 not 27, made a mistake when signing up," unamused face. What's a life hack that's so simple yet so effective? You're shocked more people don't know about it. Sometimes changing your pillowcase daily can help with acne. I use a clean t-shirt over my pillow to accomplish the same effect. Percentages are reversible. Working out 4 of 50 will give you the same result as 50 of 4. If you want a comfortable pair of high heels, invest in a pair of dance heels. Lots of beautiful designs and colors, designed to be flexible and comfortable. Worth every penny. Just make sure they're not felt soled if you plan on wearing them outdoors. A good quality pair from a company like Repetto are worth getting rubber soled if they aren't already. Your feet will thank you. Casseroles provide far more servings with far less cost and effort of many other dishes. Put skewers through asparagus like a ladder when grilling, makes it easy to cook and flip evenly. Take the advice you find on the internet with a grain of salt. When I was young, my parents made me walk the plank. Mine did the same. But I got bored of it. "Johnny, is that you?" As in, from Ed Ed Eddy. Ha! Brilliant. Love the twist on childhood memories and family struggles. Thanks for making me laugh. I don't usually chuckle out loud at these jokes, but this one got me. Kudos. Oh, rich guy over here bragging about his parents being able to afford a plank while some of us had to walk a piece of paper. I did a visual representation of this joke. Did you take the plank out for a drag? Here at 69 upvotes. Nailed it. Johnny, when you were young, that joke was already old. Milton Jones? Sean Locke? Gary Delaney? Why wouldn't the English teacher have anal sex? Analysis paralysis. I imagine that use of the colon is just right for some folks. This theoretical English teacher sounds pretty uptight. He was on his period. Wait, no, but it was only a semi. Why did the English teacher have a bad time after anal couldn't stand after improper use of the colon? Not even with the inclusion of a period? What did the constipated mathematician do to solve his problem? He worked it out with a pencil. I figured it was because the English teacher wasn't into Uranus. I've never found that particular use improper. But the DNA doesn't lie, because everyone he ever idolized went down in the annals of history. She prefers I before E to come after C. What do cows tell each other at bedtime? Are you in the mood? You liked my joke so much that you decided to repost it. Thanks. How does a cow know when it's time to its pasture bedtime? Can we just watch a movie instead? Utterly hysterical. Enough people, you're all milking it now. Bullshit. Aw. This makes me miss my grandpa's dad jokes. He used to tell the corniest ones, and we'd all groan, but secretly we loved it. Forever grateful for those moments. Sparkling heart. That's kinda cheesy. It was like yesterday at McDonald's. Some guy was angry so he started throwing cheese around. My dad said, how dare he throw that cheese? Ordinary stories. Uyuk when the nighttime Charlie horse hit. Move over. I thought they watched a movie. They wish each other a restful night. That joke was a little cheesy, don't you think?